Alexx Hermánn, that was an awesome performance, mate. Thank you very much. That truly like a cinematic masterpiece. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much for coming to the show and welcome in, man.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Look, we're gonna get to know a lot about you in the next couple of minutes and whatnot, and we're gonna get to see a bunch more performances. But let's see the man behind the magic. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, man?
Okay, so. Well, of course, I go by the name of Alexx Hermánn.
Yep.
And I'm Italian.
Italian,
so
yeah.
I came to Australia about 3.5 years ago. And I came here probably just because I needed to take a break from Europe lifestyle. Also, I wanted to follow my dreams. So I had this feeling that I had to go somewhere that it was not Europe.
Right.
Which is kind of like interesting because Europe is a very big stage for music and also electronic music.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel that I had to go somewhere else.
Somewhere else? Yeah. Was there other options other than Australia?
Yes, I went to the States first.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it was a crazy decision for me because I quit my job. I just say farewell to my family, my friends, and I just left for the States in order to just follow and pursue my dreams.
Yes. How long were you in the States for?
I've been there for maybe 6 months.
6 months?
Yes.
And then decided Australia was the place to come?
Yeah, so it didn't turn out for the best in that country. So I was looking for another place to find myself and my music.
Nice. Yeah. How did you get into music?
Well, I started music lessons when I was 6 years old.
6.
It wasn't nice and young. It wasn't my choice. It was my mother's choice.
Yeah.
I remember that I wanted to play the drums.
Yeah.
But I didn't have much of the choice. So she really wanted me to be in piano.
Piano. Okay.
Yes. So I started.
Yeah, like and that's it. Yeah. Did you play any other instruments or was it always piano? Mum was like, it's always piano.
Always piano.
Always piano. Yeah. Fair enough. How did that develop over the years?
Well, she forced me to play 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
And she was very smart actually in doing it because I never felt it was a forced thing.
Yeah.
She always was very persuasive in like growing me up in music.
Yeah.
And that if I did music, I was going to be smarter. Or I also played chess at the time. She wanted me to play chess and do piano.
Yeah.
And I just did it probably automatically. I was just following my mother. But then when I got into teenage.
Teenage,
I had this kind of change of heart, I would say. It was no more following my mother, but I actually find out that I really, really loved it.
Yeah.
So it was like, for me, it was, I want to do this. I really want to do this. And I started making soundtracks.
Okay.
Yes.
Soundtracks, nice. So tell me a little bit about the style of your music. So a lot of it's cinematic, a lot of it's like you said, a soundtrack. What's the style? What do you identify the style as?
It is kind of a tricky question because nowadays there's so many styles and so many kind of music. I would say that I like that each artist that are very successful, they are following and discovering sounds that they finally make them very personal. And for this reason, I will say, I'm not sure my music has a label on it, like there is a label behind it. I will say it sits on electronic music and ambient soundtracks, a bit of a mixture of that.
Yeah.
So I will say is Alexx Hermánn music.
Yeah, fair enough. You got your own style. Yeah. Well, 100%. I felt that listening to your stuff. It's something you can get lost in, and all these thoughts come out. What's the purpose of your music?
So the purpose of my music is making music that heals the soul. And
that's a beautiful concept. Yeah.
I think each song or music has purposes. Like there's music that is very good for party. There's music that is very good for traveling. I want to make music that is good for people to find themselves and take time for themselves. Because I think we live in this society in where we want all the time impress others. And social media has a little bit like influenced us to just, oh, look, I do this, right?
Yeah.
So I want to make music that helps people to take a break and have their moment on their own. And so it's a personal moment. My music, I want to make music for personal moments. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a little bit of like I read a little bit about you. The stuff that is that you've developed the music from is all very personal and adding your own personal touches to that sort of stuff. That's right. Yeah. It's really cool how you manage to translate that into music and with no lyrics as well. You can still hear and feel everything that you're putting into that. That's a really great, man. What made you make the decision to dedicate your life to music?
So for many years, I was into films, short films, video production, and I really like to make movies and tell stories. And at the same time, I was making the music for these stories and for these movies. But somehow I didn't feel completely comfortable with it. I love to do it. I have to be honest, like I really love it. But I think I found that I'm very satisfied with myself when I dedicate my time in music.
Nice.
I really find happiness in writing a song and ask someone to perform it and then make everything together and just have this song finish.
Yeah.
It is really satisfying. Yes.
Nice. That's cool. How long have you been doing music? You professionally? How long have you been doing that?
Professionally, I will say a little bit over 1 year.
Over 1 year?
So before that, I was always making songs and music
of course.
in my bedroom. You know.
Yeah. From 6 onwards, right?
Yes. And then about when I was 30 to 31 that year, I decided that I really wanted to do this professionally in the right way. So I took the whole year and I took this time to meditate a lot and I went to Japan.
Yeah.
I went to Japan and I stayed there for a few weeks and did a lot of meditation and traveling a lot. Do some hiking, but all with this spiritual purpose, I would say. And then I booked this room in Osaka, and there was a room with a piano, and I stayed there for many days, and I just started to write ideas.
Yeah.
And when I came back to Australia, I just took all these ideas and started to make music.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, and here you are. Well, we're going to hear a little bit more about your music now. What's this next piece you're going to play for us?
It's going to be called Momentum.
Alex, thank you very much for that. That's it's powerful stuff. Listening to that, I mean, Momentum as a song, really good, man. Thank you very much for letting us listen to that.
Thanks so much.
Hey, look, man, it's super powerful. You've done some busking before, right? Like you play this sort of music out in the streets. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah?
I do busking. Like I've been doing busking for probably like when I started this career professionally, I also started busking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Are you working on any new music?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially now on the quarantine time.
Yeah. You got plenty of time to do it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've been producing a lot. Yes.
Fair enough. Do we have any like estimated times that those might be out for the public or anything like that?
Well, there are some tunes coming out soon.
Yeah.
I released an EP with Priscilla Ann,
Okay.
which is one of my favorite singers ever.
Mm-hmm.
I would say release is kind of slow process
Yeah.
because you have to plan a lot about releasing a song. There's a lot of marketing behind it. So it's a slow process. But at the moment, I have like 3 albums to release that I already produced.
3 albums, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's cool.
they're going to be released over this year, yes.
Nice. All right, cool. So we got plenty of stuff to look forward to. That's awesome, man. Like I feel like I like when you release that sort of stuff, I'm gonna get that, and then whenever I want to like focus on something, I'm gonna put that on the background and then just let my thoughts run wild. Right? Yeah, that's cool.
Thanks.
So either have you performed on stage before?
A couple times.
Times. What's the funniest thing or weirdest thing that's happened to you while you've been busking or performing?
I think the weirdest thing is probably the people that come to me while I play.
Yeah. You get some characters, right?
Yes, they're
Yeah.
very like interesting people outside on the street.
Yeah.
So probably that's the strangest things.
Yeah.
I would say. But that's good because I learn actually how to stay professional even in the streets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have a very strong personality sometimes, and when I don't get things, the things that I want, maybe I get a little bit angry.
Okay.
But busking has been a very, very good teacher for that.
Yeah, yeah. Create a bit of patience for that. Do you have a story that like you off the top of your head that you'd like to share with us?
You mean like what kind of story?
A particular weird or funny interaction that you've had with anyone while you've been busking?
Yes. I had once this girl coming to me. I was right in the middle of the song, and and so I was performing, and usually people come sit down because I choose spots in Sydney where people can sit down and enjoy the music.
Nice.
So there was people there, and I was performing, and this girl came up right in front of me, like there in between me and the people listening.
Yeah,
and
right
she
in your
started
face.
talking, and I was like, I tried to focus on the song and keep going, but she was still talking to me. So I finally just stopped the music and say, how can I help you? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
I'm performing.
So something must be important if you're up in my
Yes.
face like this. Yeah.
And she was like, can you please share with me your data? Because I was using my iPad for performing. So because
Right.
I need internet to find a place. And I was like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm working now.
Yeah. And that there was probably other people she could have asked, right? Like
Yes.
people walking by. Yeah.
I don't know why she picked up me right there. I don't really know. That was like the most high going things probably when I was busking.
Yeah. That's so weird. That's a little bit of a lesson for everyone. When you see people busking, don't walk up into their face and be like, hey, can you spot me some data? That's not on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, moving on a little bit more serious note, what do you have a message that you'd like your fans to take away from your music?
Yes. So I really like when my fans take my music and use it for their moments in nature.
Mm-hmm.
So many times people share stories on their social media in which they just show a very, very good place in nature, and they use my music as a background. And that's something that I really, really like. And if there's something that I really want to know, that my fans to know is, please use my music for your travel things, when you go into the mountain, when you see like very amazing landscapes. I think my music fits a lot for that.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's
Yes.
very suitable. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so you use your music to show all the beautiful things in the world and that sort of
Yes,
stuff.
yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. Well, so your fans can do that. Can you tell us where we can find your social media?
So I got a website.
Yep.
But I'm pretty much on every platform.
Yep.
So Instagram, Facebook. I'm pushing social media quite a lot in order to grow an audience. Because nowadays, in order to maybe succeed a little bit, or for promoters to take my music a little bit more seriously, they want to know a bit of numbers, you know.
Yeah, of course.
They want to see a little bit of numbers, so I'm pushing them. And my music is on Spotify
Awesome.
and also on YouTube,
Yeah.
Apple Music.
All under Alexx Hermánn, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So, guys, if
Yes.
you look that up, Alexx Hermánn, you'll find him everywhere you can, especially
Correct.
on Spotify. Listen to all your music. And speaking of which, it's time to listen to another one of your songs. What's the next one you got for us?
It's called Let Me Save You.
Let Me Save You.
And
Nice.
this is a very special song because it's the first time that I collaborate with a Chinese person. He's a Chinese artist. And she is playing the Chinese pipa,
Right.
which is a very traditional instrument from China.
Okay. Well,
and-
what does a pipa look like? What is that?
It's like a guitar.
Okay.
And it's a very like Chinese guitar, I would say, Asian guitar.
Yeah.
It has a very, very unique sound.
Nice.
And I really, really like it. And it took me a while to find someone who plays that instrument.
Yeah.
And when I found it, like we started collaborating, and it was really, really good. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. And yeah, it had to be that instrument. That's the
Yes,
stuff you wanted for that
it
song?
was that instrument.
Yeah, okay. Fair
It was
enough.
stuck in my head. Like,
Yeah,
gotta
this is
take
what
that
fits.
instrument, yeah.
Alexx, man, thank you very much for that performance. Honestly, everything you play, it's just, I get lost in your rhythm and all your movements and everything like that.
Thank you.
It's really good, mate. Do you have anything you'd like to say to the guys before we head off?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me here.
You're welcome.
It's my first time having a conversation or an interview,
Yeah.
so I really enjoyed.
You did really well, man. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thanks for the opportunity. And if there's something that I would like to say is, sometimes it's difficult to pursue your dreams.
Yeah.
And many people maybe don't have that opportunity right in this moment. But keep going, plan how to reach the goals and to somehow follow your passions. Maybe you can't live out of it right now, but as long as you enjoy the journey, it's gonna be an amazing experience. Yes.
Thank you very much for that, Alexx. That's such a beautiful sentiment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, check Alexx Hermánn out on everything you can. Thank you very much.
Thank you.